Hi, this is Pamela Worth with Hello Health Podcast, and today I have Brandon Sherwood. He's the president of Gladly Network and TSC Ecosystems or Solutions. Sorry, two companies that couldn't look more different, but really do share the same DNA of service and impact. Brandon, it's great to have you.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So tell us, you've got obviously the two different entities. Tell us a little bit about EcoSolutions, then tell us about Gladly and its
So
purpose
it's a
brand.
good place to start. So EcoSolutions is one of the largest and most successful dental scrap refining companies in the country. So we have 40 reps around the country that go and basically buy old crowns and bridges from dentists, and then we refine those down into the precious metals, usually gold and palladium, things like that. And so we've been around since 2011. Um, and I was a rep for the company for 5 years in Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and parts of Tennessee. And then I now serve as the president of the company and basically just make sure everything keeps going. So that's EcoSolutions. And then Gladly was kind of born out of that. The difficult thing with dental scrap is that nobody's really using precious metals anymore. So we've got kind of a cliff coming where it's not going to be worth it to buy anything anymore. And so, in thinking about that, we tried to think, what could our reps do that would help them continue on? What could we do as a company that would help us continue on when that cliff hits? And we thought, we've got all these relationships in dental offices, and what do we do with them? What can we talk to them about that would be of value? And one thing led to another. The mission of TSC Eco Solutions is to bless lives. It's really simple, really short, and so we took that mission and ran with it, and formed Gladly, which allows our reps to kind of be in-person influencers in offices. And Gladly is impact driven, a purpose driven model that basically offers employee or organization perks. Um, we partner with small impact focused businesses, and allow offices kind of access to that curated list, as well as some other pieces that become an employee kind of culture builder, based on purpose as well. And so that's that's kind of where we're at. Gladly is really new, and we're having a lot of fun building it. It's different every day, um, and I'm sure Pamela, you understand that process as well. So
Yes, all too well. So, what kind of purpose-driven types companies are you working with? I believe there might be a component to it as well in terms of a spiritual component or a mission-driven in terms of that as well. If you want to touch on that.
yeah, so we are pretty broad in what is being impacted from the partners that we have. Some it's a sustainable or an environmental type impact. Maybe they're recycling, like we've got a partner that recycles plastic bottles into leggings for women. Really cool. And so that's obviously, impactful for the environment. We've got companies that are very humanitarian focused. Um, so maybe they're donating to, with every purchase, donating to a charity that provides water in Africa or something like that.
Hmm.
And then we have kind of a fair trade component there, where the company that we're partnered with is either contracting with labor in a second or third world country and allowing people there to earn an income. We have female empowerment focused companies that we're partnered with. We have mental health focused companies that we're partnered with. Um, but along the way, all of them have some sort of focus on creating a better world, creating something better for maybe it's individuals, maybe it's again the earth, but doing something that positively makes a difference in the world.
And how do the people you work with get this type of benefit? How do they feel like they're contributing, receiving? How do you interact with them, and how can people kind of learn more?
Yeah, so gladlynetwork.com is our website, and we've got lots of good resources on there. Um, Certainly information about our company, but we also have what we call our Impact Hub, which is blogs and articles written by other people and infographics and all these different things um, about everything from how to be positive, how to be mentally strong, how to be live a sustainable life, all these different impacts, but it's very personalized to each person. How can I do this better? How can I be a better person? And then, we all want um, to have an impact when we buy, right? Yes, you can go to the big box stores or the big dot coms. Um, and hopefully we're making an impact when we do that to somebody, but it's not really quantifiable. We don't really know how it's helping, and so we kind of have a litmus test of level of impact, both for the small business that we're linking to our members, as well as the impact that they are trying to provide in the world. And so we kind of have that curated list. We tell everybody what each company is doing with their impact there. And so when you buy something on Gladly, you know, number one, it's not some giant company that doesn't care about whether you spend money or not. So it's somebody that every dollar that you spend is probably helping their family. Um, and number two, you can read and you can even search by cause and say, hey, I'm really interested in fair trade companies. Who's fair trade that I can go in and support that company? And so you can search by cause, you can search by our Gladly voices, which are kind of our micro influencers that are out there trying to help us spread the word about just doing more and being better. So they've each got collections that they have said, I really like this cause, or I really like this product, or whatever the case is. And so, yeah, it's more or less a curated list of all these things. And then on the kind of business or organization side, when a small business or an organization joins, we also have um, uh, an app of sorts that tracks all those purchases and tells us what impact are we making, right? I've saved this much CO2 from entering the atmosphere, or I've helped this many women start their careers, or whatever the case is with those different things, as well as providing what we call impact initiatives. So weekly or monthly challenges, things that are kind of pushing each organization to push their people to be better. And we have a kind of a saying that I've always heard this in the terms of family, but I'm going to say it in the term of an office or a company, which is the co-workers that serve together uh, stay together. And so we feel like when a business has purpose as its main cultural binder, uh, that business is going to be more unified. People are gonna take more ownership, and in turn, they're gonna be more productive at work because you are more productive when you feel like you're doing something good in the world.
Absolutely. And so it definitely is a lot of fun to shop on the site. Um, and it looks like it's not only for businesses, but also people can join gladly. Is that right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have a free individual membership that allows you access to be able to buy within the Gladly shop. Of course, all of our resources in the Impact Hub are free as it is, but gives you access to that. And then on the business side, that's where we do have a little bit of a minimal paid membership there, just to provide the impact initiatives and things like that with the app.
That's super. Now, if somebody wanted to private label this for their company to provide to their employees, do you have any examples of how some of this kind of works or what that may look like for companies
Yeah, well,
something?
it's pretty simple. Honestly, we can change colors, we can add um, brand components, logos and things like that. But really the dashboard's simple. It's what have we bought? What impact has the buying made? What impact have we made in person, locally, community-wise that we can then input in, and then impact initiatives. And the good thing about the business side of that is we can track all of those things for our entire company. And then we can see as an office manager, for instance, um, I can see that Sally added 2 hours of community service to her impact tracker, and I can say, you know what, that's great. I'm going to reward her. Here's $10 for you to go spend in the Gladly store, and we can connect that way. So we're trying to create this kind of marketplace and connection that again is just blessing lives, impacting people positively, helping everybody around.
Fantastic. Um, what sort of what sort of recommendations do you have for people that are interested in learning more or not really sure how to provide more of an impact in their lives or involve their families or their community or anything like that?
You know, just the recommendation is do something, right? And we all kind of I think it's so overwhelming to think about all of the negative in the world, and I don't even know if I can make a difference, right? In anybody's life but my own. And I was talking to my wife about this the other day, and life is just kind of a set of failures that we either learn from and move forward, or don't learn from and move backwards or stay the same. And so the key is that you have to make choices, you have to do things for those failures to happen so you can learn and move forward. And if all you do is say, you know what, we're going to start recycling in our house, or I'm going to smile at everybody that I see on the way to work, or everybody that I see when I go to lunch. Um, you know, you may not feel like that's making a difference, but you're doing something, right? And that's the key. Try something. If it doesn't work for you, back up, think of something else, and just keep going, right? Whether you spend money with Gladly or not, that, that's everybody's prerogative. We've got some really cool products, but the main thing that I would say from an advice standpoint is just get out there and do something good. And if it's repeatable, great. And then add something else to it, and then something else. And if obviously, if we all did this, then the world would be a much happier, much more service oriented and purpose oriented place.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I, I'm not naive enough to think that that's going to happen. But I am, I guess, naive enough to think that each person can have a lot more of an impact than they think or realize.
That's probably true. I appreciate that. Anything else you want to share? Anything else that we forgot to cover?
Um, no, I hate that it feels like I've been talking the whole time.
No, you're doing a
Um,
great job. You've got a couple of great pauses.
well, we're really excited to also be partnered with Hello Health, and to see the things that you're building and the wellness that you're trying to create within families. Obviously, your story is amazing, and your why this started, why you continue to do it is awesome, and so we love that we're able to kind of partner with Hello Health and have your products on our site, and also excited to hear more from Pamela here. We want to we want to we want to get her opinion. We want to hear more about her journey and her experiences and how they can help other people.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And I mean, it's still very raw and controversial in a lot of circles, but really my why comes from finding, why my son was diagnosed with autism and an autoimmune disorder that ultimately was reversed by finding out that he had a bacterial infection, viral infection, and was not absorbing his vitamins and minerals correctly. And what if we cost effectively could put into the hands of consumers the ability to test and find out if there is something underlying that potentially could completely undo any inflammation that causes disease and illness and I personally think it's possible. I don't know that we have enough support and knowledge around why we're feeling chronic symptoms the way we do. But if we can be empowered to understand a little bit more about why those things can be happening and what we can do about them, I'm not anti-medicine. I'm not anti anything. I do like to understand the why behind why things happen, though. So.
Yeah. Yeah, curiosity has gotten you to this point, and we're everybody that meets you and everybody that has any part of the Hello Health journey is glad that you were curious.
Yes, asking lots of annoying questions can sometimes be helpful.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, Brandon. Really looking forward to continuing the journey with you.
Yeah. Thanks, Pamela.